Bad pass by New Zealand. Play centre just inside their 25. Right on the New Zealand 25, clearing kick. Atkinson. Minchin the tackler. Burwell. Loose pass. Tries to get it across to Risman. It says referee Cole Pearson. It's a penalty kick to New Zealand. Just outside the 10-yard mark. 15 yards in from touch. And big Ernie Wiggs, Kiwi winger, will come across and attempt this penalty goal. Chance to put first points on the board for New Zealand. There's the angle. 40 yards out, 15 yards in from touch. Wiggs, until recently, a second row forward. Now a winger and the goal kicker for this Kiwi side. In the air. Bad one to the side. Millward. The elusive Pimpernel, 1 yard out from his own line. Warlow on the burst. One that French couldn't handle, but French finally falls on it. Play right on Great Britain's line. Clearing kick by Risman. Up to the halfway mark. Elwood. Slips twice. Is over the 10-yard mark. Hauled down by Tommy Bishop. Not able to handle that ball, and it's dived on by Reynoldsson for Great Britain. French. Bursting through Morgan, the second row forward. Fanninger's dummy half, and it's a penalty to Great Britain. 1 yard in from the halfway mark, and Bev Risman, the captain and fullback, has the ball and will look for touch. Nice kick. Finds touch on New Zealand's 25. Flanagan to take the tap. Bishop. Straight to Cole Pierce. He didn't want it. Dropped it on the ground. Scrum in that spot. Scrum of the match. New Zealand's ball, but it's taken by Bishop. Millwood. Risman coming up to make the extra man. Lobs one over the top. Intercepted there for New Zealand by Minchin. The ball's rolling loose. Right play right on the halfway mark. Sullivan the tackler. New Zealand still on the burst. Scrum to form right on the halfway mark. New Zealand halfback Carson to lead the scrum. Britain's ball. Bishop. A low one to Millwood. On to Risman making the extra man. Then to Burwell, who bursts clear up over the 10-yard mark. taken by Snell. Mill with that famous little short kick. Oh, almost gets to it. As here comes Mincham. Gets his pass away now. Play just outside the New Zealand 25. Schultz. Nicely taken by Reynoldson. New Zealand having bad cases of dropsy here. Third tackle for New Zealand. Watch for the clearing kick. Here it comes. High in the air. Brisbane. Brook. Right on the halfway mark. French. Bishop. Ooh, almost a knock on then. Bishop again. Brisbane can't handle it. Bounces back to Krilich. Oh, New Zealand, bad handling. Back to Elwood. There's Sullivan just outside his own 25. Scored a glorious try in the first match of the series against Australia. Sullivan from Tiger Bay that produced Billy Boston and Shirley Bassey. And what they have in common, I can't possibly imagine. Imagine Billy Boston on the stage at Chequers singing, "Hey, Big Spender." Lovely kick from Bishop. Finds touch midway between New Zealand's 25 and their try line. Reynoldson, the Great Britain lock forward, on the ground receiving ambulance attention. Pierce calls a halt to proceedings. Carson feeds the scrum, takes it out too. But arm across the top, says Cole Pearson. There's a penalty to Great Britain. "15 yards out, but Brisbane's taking it back over the 25. 12 yards in from touch. Brisbane, son of the great Gus Brisbane. Brisbane here in 1959 with the British Lions rugby union side. Here's his chance to put the first points on the board for Great Britain. Short run. In the air. Hits the upright and bounces back. New Zealand's ball just inside their own 25. New Zealand trying to burst it clear of the 25. French on the top. McMaster. Smith. Ball bouncing loose. It was Lee that came away on the burst, but referee Cole Pearce plays the knock on. And the scrum goes down 35 yards out from New Zealand this time. No score. Bishop. Shocking pass that he throws out towards Atkinson. It goes into touch in the scrum form, almost in the same spot. Pass, scrum. Plays the ball. Pass out to Mincham. Atkinson, the tackler. Inside to Snell. Ball loose. Atkinson doesn't know which way to go. Reynoldsson. Taken by Tate. French. Burwell. French. Holding the ball one-handed. Gets the pass away. There's Millwall. That little kick again. Could have been trouble, but referee Colby says that's not good enough. There's a knock on there, and we'll have a scrum right in centre field, just 7 yards out from the New Zealand 25. Carson's ball to the scrum. Bishop's out of the scrum. Darts and weaves onto the 25. And gets the pass away. Millwood goes back the other way. Clark. Clear. Gets the pass to Risman. Reynoldsson couldn't handle it. Advances loose, and it's a New Zealand ball right on their own 25. Scrappy play so far. These two sides playing for the wooden spoon. Funny little kick that finds touch right on New Zealand's 10-yard mark, and the scrum will form that position. Play in progress, 15 minutes in the first half. No score as yet. Millwood, Risman making the extra man. Brooke gets the pass to Sullivan, can't handle it. Picks it up and has his legs chopped from under it. Great Britain just outside the New Zealand 25. Bishop gets the pass clear beautifully, then onto Morgan, who bursts up almost to the New Zealand line and is tackled there by Elwood. Great Britain looking dangerous. Bishop. A long pass out there. On to Brooke, and Brooke's over, and there's first points in the match. As Ian Brooke, the centre three-quarter for Great Britain, goes across for a try. Great Britain 3-0 after 16 minutes of the first half. Risman to attempt the conversion of Ian Brooke's try. Almost the same position as his unsuccessful penalty of some minutes ago, just outside the 25. Risman, 30 years of age. Schoolmaster by profession. Looks good. And the flags are up. Great Britain 5-0.
Tried by the Great Britain skipper, Bev Rusman. Great Britain leads 5-0.
Roger Tate, playing 5/8 for New Zealand, captaining New Zealand today, take the kick off. But he doesn't. Elwood comes through and puts it high in the air. Warlow. Just outside Great Britain 25. French. Bishop. Kicks ahead. Looks a good one. Finds touch. Beautiful kick. 10 yards out from New Zealand's 25. Carson to feed the scrum. Scrums at this stage favouring Great Britain 4 to New Zealand's 1. This makes it 2, but here's a knock on. The ball came to Tate, couldn't handle it, and the scrum to form again, 10 yards out from New Zealand 25. Bishop Millwood. Brook. Back to Millwood. Clear. Up towards the 25. Gets a pass out to Atkinson. He picks it up. But the pass was forward, says Cole Pierce. It was a long lob pass that bounced around. Atkinson did well to pick it up on the bounce. And the scrum now forming just inside New Zealand's 25. Eric Carson. New Zealand's ball, but Cole Pierce isn't happy. We'll have it again. This time it's fair enough, and Carson goes on his own. For his trouble, he gets his head almost torn off by Ray French. These New Zealand backs aren't handling the ball well. Great Britain in possession. French. Bishop. Oh, thump. Cop that, young Harry. French. Millwood. Burwell. Back to Millwood. Dodging and weaving. Risman. It's lobbed back to Bishop. Bounces back to his feet. Here's trouble. Elwood goes back to save, and he's forced to the touch. Flash Flanagan, who fancies himself as England's Elvis Presley, forcing Elwood in his own in-goal area. Line drop out for New Zealand. Elwood. Sullivan. So far it's all Great Britain. Bishop. Oh, beautiful inside reverse pass. Bounces around on the ground. Great Britain looking by far the more impressive side. New Zealand in position now. O'Neill, the pass out to Wiggs, but Wiggs couldn't handle it, and it's Great Britain in possession again. Risman. To Burwell, here's trouble. Atkinson with him, but he doesn't need him. He goes in by himself. And now both of Great Britain's centres have scored tries. Ian Brook the first one, Alan Burwell the second one. And Great Britain go to a lead of 8 points to 0. Good football by Great Britain. There's the angle of the kick. Penalties at this stage favouring Great Britain 2 to New Zealand 1. Put this one over, it's 10-0 in Great Britain's favour. Not a difficult kick. Not a very good-looking one, but it is there. It's screwed around, but it went between the posts, and so Great Britain lead 10 points to 0. Tate sets the ball, but up comes Elwood, puts it high into the air. Morgan wrestling outside his own 25. Ball's loose on the ground, New Zealand in possession. Penalty to New Zealand. All those English backs are offside. Alan Burwell wanted to say something there, but here comes Ernie Wiggs, a big 14.5-stone winger. It's a bit heavy-legged. The way he moves, I guess they wouldn't call him twinkle toes. Right on the 10-yard mark, almost in front. Weeks' second attempt at a penalty goal for New Zealand. High. Looks better. It's right between the posts. New Zealand 10, Great Britain 10, New Zealand 2. Millwood takes the kickoff. Weeks. They're so slow, New Zealand side. But there's a penalty for New Zealand. Get back, Great Britain, says Cole Pearce. Elwood, the fullback, will look for touch on the hillside of the ground. Gained about 18 inches with that one. Good tap. Carson still short of the halfway mark. New Zealand in possession. Everyone knows Kiwis can't fly, but this lot can hardly walk. And again he goes without the ball. French plays it. Clark. Couldn't get it away to Millwood. And it's New Zealand now in possession. Schultz, right on the halfway mark. Over the top. New Zealand player injured. Play goes on. Sullivan falls over. French's ball head protruding just over the line. Back to Millwood, left-footed kick. Mincham going back for it. Mincham in that one looks about as nimble as Ken Carney. Play just inside New Zealand's 25. Tate, Schultz. Elwood. There's a chance for New Zealand if the ball rolls loose. Up towards the halfway mark as O'Neill was tackled. Back to Tate. Master. Up and under. Sullivan looking into the sun, takes it. Steps around Wiggs. But Wiggs follows him up and rides him down like a steer. And the ball shoots out of his grasp. Cole Pearce says, play on. And there's Warlow bursting up. French. Clark. Back to French. Burwell. Can't get it. French again, but it's New Zealand's ball. New Zealand not looking at all impressive. Scrums at this stage favouring Great Britain 5 for New Zealand 3. Larson, but immediately a penalty to Great Britain. That was in the second row, says Caulfield. Beveridge attempting a penalty. 10 yards in New Zealand territory and 10 yards in from touch. Scores Great Britain 10, New Zealand 2. Play in progress, 25 minutes in the first half. Side of the post, Elwood running it out. Moving well up to the 25, and has his head taken off. As Lee, he was sent off in the match against France last week in New Zealand. That's the third tackle for New Zealand. There's the kick. Risman. Doesn't know which way to go, so he sits down. Bishop. Back to Millwood. He must be the smallest footballer in the world. He wouldn't even make a decent breakfast for Artie Beetson. Right on Great Britain's 25. Back to Risman for the kick. Elwood. Halfway mark. Minsham. Long one from Elwood. Tate. Schultz. On to Dunn. Dunn bursts 10 yards. McMaster. Warlow pulls him down. Third tackle for New Zealand. Watch for the kick. Short one. Bishop. Oh, Millwood back to Risman. Play on Great Britain's 25. Bishop. Elwood up towards the halfway. Slips as he tries to go round Bishop. Minsham. Atkinson around the legs. Ball is into touch. And so we'll have a scrum 2 yards on Great Britain's side of halfway. Bishop to lead the scrum for Great Britain. Oh, straight away, immediately. With the wrong foot, says Caulfield. Elwood coming up to put the touch on the grandstand side. gains about 15 yards, and the scrum will form 2 or 3 yards short of Great Britain's, the tap will be taken 2 or 3 yards short of Great Britain's 25. New Zealand on the move. Schultz tries to get the pass away to Tate. It's loose on the ground. It's Great Britain's ball. There's Warlow. Held up in the tackle. 35 yards out. French. It's Morgan bursting through. Gives it to French. French up over the halfway mark. And he's flattened. Oh, that was a nasty one. French is very sick as he gets back to his feet. Play just outside New Zealand's 25. Great Britain on the move. French back into the hole. He's still a sick boy. Can't handle that one. It rolls loose just inside the New Zealand 25. And French again on the ground. But he's a tough man, and he's up shaking his bald head. Bishop's ball to Carson's ball to scrum for New Zealand. Right on the New Zealand 25. And immediately, a penalty for New Zealand, feet across the scrum, Great Britain. Again, Elwood will look for the touch on the grandstand side. Not gaining a great deal of distance with these kicks, but at least he's finding touch. Mention. First clear of Atkinson. Brisbane into touch by Brisbane. 10 yards outside Great Britain's 25. He ran very hard. Scrum to form 10 yards outside Great Britain's 25. Scrum's favouring Great Britain 5-3. Bishop for the scrum. New Zealand's ball. Tate. Gets his pass onto Elwood, making the extra man, up to the 25. Wrestled down. Tate, dummies. Tried to get the pass away to Schultz up there making the extra man. 30 minutes of the first half with New Zealand in a scoring position. Tate. Trying to find that opening, probing, dodging, weaving. 5 yards short of Great Britain's line. This was the fourth tackle, so the scrum will form. Bishop's ball to the scrum. And he takes it out. Out to Risman, up over the 25. On to Millwood. Millwood's flying. Bishop. Out to Burwell. Here's a try as he runs from halfway mark. He's clear. Wiggs comes across. It was shut the gate. A beautiful run by Burwell after magnificent lead-up work from Risman and Tommy Bishop, who started the whole thing from the scrum 5 yards short of their own line. A move that carried the entire length of the field, and Great Britain go further ahead now. They lead New Zealand by 13 points to 2 after 32 minutes of the first half. Well, Pearce then having a few little words to Elwood, the New Zealand fullback, who'd come in with rather a head-high tackle of Risman after he had cleared the ball. There's Risman attempting to convert Burwell's try. Not a difficult one. So they're all the way. Great Britain 15, New Zealand 2. Setting the ball, Elwood kicking it straight along the ground. Warlow. French. 34 minutes. Great Britain leading New Zealand 15 points to 2. French. Peculiar one-handed technique he has of carrying the ball. That time he's lost it, and it's New Zealand in possession. 10 yards short of the halfway margin. It's a penalty for New Zealand. You're all offside, you British backs, says Cole Pearce. And it looks as though Wiggs will, Elwood will look for touch on the grandstand side. Only just finds it too, and brings play 2 or 3 yards inside Great Britain's 25, where O'Neill will take the tap on his own, straight into that brick wall of the British defence. Tate, ooh. Head high, that one hurt. He lost the ball, and so the scrum will form. Right in front of the Great Britain posts, 15 yards out. If New Zealand can win this one, there might be a chance of a field goal, but they don't need to because there's a penalty for New Zealand. Tommy Bishop looks at Cole Pearce with his boyish, angelic countenance. Cole Pearce says, no, mate, that's not good enough. It's a penalty for New Zealand. Wiggs' third attempt at goal. Just put over 1. This is an easy one, directly in front. Yes, Great Britain 15, New Zealand 4. Elwood. Play just inside New Zealand's 25. Elwood kicks ahead. Bouncing, Risman back for it. Beats Elwood's tackle. He's got Clark with him. Clark gets the pass away now to Morgan. Morgan up over the half, gets onto Bishop. Bishop running, dodging, weaving everywhere. But he's lost the ball. And the scrum will... Elwood's got it, but referee Cole Pearce said that was lost. We'll have a scrum just outside New Zealand's 25, almost in centre field. Carson for New Zealand. Not good enough. One more time. Great Britain's ball. Bishop with Carson right onto him. French. Loses it. Very scrappy play outside the New Zealand 25 with New Zealand in possession. Tate. Dunn. Schultz. Out to Mincham. Mincham's nicely taken by Atkinson. Just short of the halfway. Snell. Lee. Risman. Atkinson. Attempted head-high tackle again by Elwood, but it didn't come off. Great Britain in possession. Tate picks it up. Schultz. Down onto Wiggs. Wiggs brought down 35 yards short of Great Britain's line. He's looking a little better now. Dunn. Picked up by Risman. Flanagan. French. Bishop. Picked up nicely by Burwell again. Inside to Millwood. Here's trouble. Millwood gets the pass away beautifully to Morgan, but the ball was knocked on, bounced loose, and we'll have a scrum on New Zealand's 25. Certainly not great football. Scrappy play by both sides, but Great Britain clearly in the lead at this stage, 15 points to 4, with 2 minutes to go till half-time. Carson takes the ball out to Elwood, making the extra man onto Tate. Back to Elwood. Out to Schultz. Schultz probing, finding the gap. Gets his pass to Dunn. Dunn up over the halfway mark. French on top of it. Play 35 yards from the Great Britain line. New Zealand in the attack. Minsham kicks it into touch. Scrum performed 10 yards short of the halfway mark in Great Britain's territory. Bishop feeds the scrum and takes it out. Millwood. Slippery little customer, doesn't get far that time. French. Clark bursting up over the halfway. Back to French. 2 good solid forwards. Risman now. Out to Sullivan. This is shut the gate. Here's a try all the way. He just flashes in from 35 yards out. Oh, this fellow makes try getting look so easy. Great Britain 18, New Zealand 4. He scored a glorious try in the first cup of the series between Australia and Great Britain, and once again he just makes it look so easy. And the easiest of conversions for Risman from right in front. Half-time hook is gone. Risman. Straight between the posts, and the half-time score, Great Britain 20, New Zealand 4. The scrums at half-time favour Great Britain 8 to New Zealand's 5. Penalties have gone New Zealand's way, 7-3. That young Harry. Fair in the chops, but Goldfields is not too much worried about it, and play goes on. Not wrong. New Zealand back in possession, but no, it's rolling loose. Scrum to form now. Bishop's ball in the scrum. Bishop bursting from the scrum base. Burwell can't handle it, knocks it on. Regathers, but the referee plays the knock on. Roger Millwood off the field. He's been replaced by Schubert. Penalty to New Zealand. Those British backs all up offside. Roger Millwood, the Great Britain 5'8", has left the field at half-time, and he has been replaced by Mick Shoebottom. And Wiggs will have an attempt at goal. It's 47 yards out, almost straight in front, slightly to the right of the posts. Side of the post, the ball goes dead in goal. And it is Dixon, who's also on for New Zealand, trying to pick up who he's replaced. Brisbane dropping out from the 25. Dixon. Made sure it didn't get too far. Bishop. Clark. Morgan. There's a mark on right back for the halfway mark, says Cole Pierce, and so the scrum will go down there. Brian Lee, the second row forward for New Zealand, has been replaced by Kevin Dixon. Penalty for Great Britain from that scrum. So two replacements on. Mick Shoebottom for Roger Millwood in the Great Britain side, and Kevin Dixon for Brian Lee in the New Zealand second row. Brisbane looking for touch on the grandstand side. Finds it just short of the New Zealand 35. Bishop. The burst is Morgan. Played deep inside New Zealand's 25. Flash Flanagan. Warlow. Bursting through is Reynoldsson. Gets the pass, but it's loose on the ground. New Zealand in possession. Just short of their own 25. Scrums favouring Great Britain 9-6. Long pass out to Dunn. That's the burst. Almost gets clear up towards the halfway mark. Schultz in his dummy half. Tate. Brisbane running back forward, but Ian Brook picks it up. Ian Brook, the first try scorer of the Great Britain this afternoon. Played just inside Great Britain's 25. Bishop. Brisbane making it. Nowhere to go but down. It's big Warlow bursting up towards the 25. There's the kick bouncing towards the halfway mark. Schultz. Out to Elwood. Elwood can't handle it. Sullivan comes in looking to kick through. There's a penalty to Great Britain because you were offside, Mr. Schultz, as you dived on that one. Brisbane looking for touch on the grandstand side. Kicking from the halfway mark. Gains only about 20 yards, and Flash Flanagan takes the tap. Bishop. Right into the clear. Out to Brook. Brook's got Sullivan with him, but he's so close. Inches short of the line. Flanagan dumbing half. Bishop tries to scoop it back. There's Morgan bursting up towards the posts. New Zealand defending grimly. But Brooke is still a little bit shaky after being tackled so close to the line. He's okay now. Goldfield. Play in progress, 10 minutes in the second half. Great Britain leading New Zealand by 20 points to 6. Out the same tunnel, scrum to go again. And a penalty to Great Britain. Under the circumstances, that was probably the best thing for New Zealand. Bishop's having a few words to say. Into touch. Now the tap. Watch Bishop now with the tap. Only 2 yards short of New Zealand's line. Quickly across. Gets the pass on the shoe bottom. He's in at a post. Beautiful try. Nick Shoebottom, replacing Roger Milner, who's 5'8" from the Great Britain side, has gone in for a try after 12 minutes play in the second half. Score Great Britain 23, New Zealand 6. Easiest of kicks for Brisbane. All the way, Great Britain 25, New Zealand 6. Roger Tate, who has the dubious honour of captaining this side. Elwood. Over the dead ball line. Tommy Bishop. Flanagan. A long one out to Clark. Then on to Shoebottom. Shoebottom serves Burwell. Inside to Atkinson. Reverses across to Shoebottom. Back to Morgan. Great Britain looking dangerous. There's Brooke right on the halfway mark. Sullivan dummy half. Bishop. The flick didn't quite work. Scrum 1 yard inside New Zealand's territory. Eric Carson's ball to the scrum. He can find the tunnel. New Zealand's ball, Tate. Schultz. Dixon from dummy half to and Bishop fought on for Great Britain. Long one. Sullivan. Wings goes underneath him. Played 10 yards in Great Britain's territory. Flanagan. Warlow. That's the third tackle for Great Britain. Brisbane towards the open side. Mincham. Atkinson. There's for Mincham when he gets his pass away. New Zealand in possession, deep in their own territory. Elwood. Carson, the halfback, gets his pass away now to Dunn. Bursting up over the... makes it up to Great Britain's 25. New Zealand looking a little dangerous now. Dixon. Schultz goes back the other way. And he's going to make it on his own. He's there. A nice try by Schultz, who also scored a try against Australia in Brisbane last week. And that's the first try for New Zealand. And the score now, Great Britain 25, New Zealand 9. 15 minutes of the second half gone, with Wiggs attempting to convert the try by centre three-quarter Paul Schultz.
Dr. Bolton has just scored in Brisbane for Australia. Henderson is the score.
There's the rather acute angle of the kick as Wiggs moves into it. Swings back in, but not far enough. It's wide of the post, and so the score remains 25 points to 9, Great Britain's way. Tommy Bishop kicking off for Great Britain. Barely makes it to 10 yards. Taken by Smith. Juggles it then. Ball's loose, Great Britain in possession. Flash Flanagan. Shoebottom. Warlow. Shoebottom. Third tackle for Great Britain. Watch for the clearing kick. Brisbane decides not to. Bishop. Brooke. Sullivan. Brooke again. That's the fourth tackle, so the scrum will fall down 10 yards inside New Zealand territory. New Zealand ball, Tate. Schultz, high one. Does well to pull it in. Carson, just short of the half-full mark. Dixon. Dunn, trying to come back inside. Carson. Dixon. Dunn again. Loose on the ground. Great Britain in possession. Sullivan. Nicely served by Flanagan, but down he goes, 10 yards inside New Zealand territory. Flanagan. Scrappy play by both sides, more like Pig Day and Bogabilla than a football match at the moment. Dunn. Bishop trying to alter the contours of his face. Anyone's ball at the moment. Scrappy play by both sides. The tidiest way out of that mess was a scrum. Play in progress, 18 minutes in the second half. Great Britain leading New Zealand by 25 points to 9. This play is held up. For an injury. There's the score again. Great Britain 25, New Zealand 9. touch. Doesn't gain very much ground. There's the tap from O'Neill. Smith bursting to within 2 or 3 yards. Big front row forward, 2 or 3 yards from Great Britain's line. New Zealand trying to do something now, but again the passing is ragged. It's loose and there's a scrum to form right in front of the Great Britain posts. Tommy Bishop feeds the scrum. Cliff Watson on for Great Britain in the second half. It's a penalty to Great Britain, and that relieves the pressure for them somewhat. Brisbane decides to take the kick. Puts the touch. Flash Flanagan to take the tap.
Kicked the field goal for Australia to Brisbane. Australia leads 14 points to 2.
Scrappy play up for Liverpool.
Brisbane making a burst. Gets the pass out to Burwell again. Burwell probing, looking for the gap. Bounces back to his feet.
That's the third tackle for Great Britain. Watch for the kick. Bishop. On to Morgan. Morgan
Bursting clear, but he's lost the ball, I think.
Yes, New Zealand in possession as Schultz gets up. Right on New Zealand's 25. Gets the pass out to Dixon.
Back to Schultz.
Carson. He's wrestled to the ground.
Played just
1 yard inside
Great Britain's
check for it. Gets it onto O'Neill. O'Neill goes to ground 10 yards outside Great Britain's 25, and that was the third tackle for New Zealand. And bad pass in front of Schultz. He picks it up, wrestles his way clear, gets it out to Mincham. Mincham gets the ball back inside, but it's loose. And takes it out. Shoe bottom. Brisbane up making the extra man, but here's trouble because it's loose. Dunn dived on it, got the pass away. New Zealand on the attack. Oh, bad pass. Back to Samuel. Elwood up making the extra man, trying to skip across the top. Play right on the Great Britain 25, and that's the third tackle from New Zealand. Carson over his shoulder, picked up by Samuel. Out to Schultz. Schultz, a bad pass to Dunn. Mincham comes in, picks it up, gets his pass away again to Samuel. And he's taken up over the 25. And gets his pass on Mincham, but he had his foot in the touch first anyway, so the scrum will go down fairly deep into Great Britain's 25. Progress 22 minutes in the second half. Great Britain leading New Zealand 25 points to 9. And it's a penalty to New Zealand. I think New Zealand are too far behind to worry about goals now. Yes, Tate will look for touch, puts it out right in the corner. Now we'll see if New Zealand can do something. Yes, all they can do is throw loose passes. Terrible football at the moment. Tate finally goes to ground with it. But offside, apparently. I missed that one. Tate must have been ruled offside, and it's Risman to look for touch for Great Britain. sailors of the Guernseys wanted to be quite sure that swinging around. Bishop. Brook doubling back the other way. Shoe bottom. Clark. Brisman up making the extra man. Burwell. He loses the ball. Minsham picks it up. Gets his pass clear. Master it was in position. New Zealand trying to do something with it. Elwood making the extra man. Schultz. Dunn. Dunn tries to get it back inside to Germany Wings, but it doesn't get there. It goes into touch instead. And the scrum forms 10 yards outside Great Britain's 25. Atrocious football. Bishop's ball. Shoebottom. Brisbane making the extra man. Shoebottom on his own. Bursting through, finding the opening nicely. He's got Burwell with him. Burwell clear. Gets the pass back inside to Morgan, the big second row forward, and Morgan is pulled down right on the 25. One bright moment in a pretty dull half. Bishop kicks ahead. Wiggs gets it, and Bishop goes for Wiggs, bounces off him. David and Galala, but finally Wiggs is barreled down right in front of the New Zealand goalposts. It was Reynolds the tackler. Elwood puts his boot to it. Goes past Brisbane, down deep into his own 25. He's not too hurried, takes his time about it all. And runs straight into a double tackle, as Elwood had followed that kick through. Through. Here's Sullivan following it through. Into the open. The bounce favours him and he picks it up. Oh, and it's just so easy. Oh, this is incredible for international football. Another easy try. Clive Sullivan, the right wing. New Zealand just stood there like a lot of brown cows and watched that ball bounce over their head. Sullivan followed through, picked it up on the bounce and just ambled across for another easy try. And so it's now 28 points to 9 in Great Britain's favour. Play in progress, 28 minutes in this second half. Only 12 more minutes of this misery. Brisbane's kick from right in front. And already the handful of spectators from the hill that bothered to come out at all have decided they've had enough and they're going home. Right between the posts, and so the scores remain. Great Britain 30, New Zealand 9. Kicking off for New Zealand. Look at this straight. Oh, where's the New Zealand defence? It's just non-existent. Bishop going on his own. He's grabbed by the Guernsey by Elwood. Gets the pass away. Oh, beautiful football by England. And here's Sullivan in for his third try. Oh, it's just all too easy. Great Britain 33, New Zealand 9. Sullivan in the
that first match against Australia, we didn't see very much of him. We saw one glorious run, which resulted in a try. And he just makes try getting so easy. Tall, long-legged, rangy, but exceedingly fast winger. There's the angle of Brisbane's attempted conversion. Peculiar angle on that ball, but Brisbane's not too worried. What does it matter, mate? That's a shocker. But the score 33, Great Britain, 9, New Zealand. And this New Zealand side would be one of the least impressive international sides I've yet witnessed. Tate sets it. Elwood will undoubtedly kick it. No, Tate does himself. Warlow. Ray French's ball head in this second half. He took a rather nasty knock in the first half and was replaced by Cliff Watson at half time. There's the kick by Risman. Elwood. Nicely taken. Beats Atkinson's tackle. Flanagan gets it. Back to Dunn. Dunn decides to have a run, but he doesn't go very far. He's held up in a tackle. Flanagan in there, roughing him up. Play almost up to the halfway mark. Still a few yards of New Zealand's territory. Tate. Carson. There's a third tackle for New Zealand. Watch for the clearing kick. Elwood. High. Brisbane. Almost found the gap. Couldn't quite get there. Straight up the middle. Great Britain. Gets the pass to Morgan, the second row forward. He's out facing the ball and he'll score a try. Another good try for Great Britain. That was Arnold Morgan, the second row forward. The busiest people here this afternoon are the scoreboard attendants. Score now, Great Britain 36, New Zealand 9. Once again, comparatively easy kick for Brisbane. Forwards won't tackle. All in all, a most disappointing exhibition of rugby league football. Roger Tate. Knock on down there by Charlie Reynolds. The score, Great Britain 38. New Zealand 9, 7 minutes of play remaining in this terribly one-sided match. Penalty to New Zealand. Tate. short. Not that it matters very much anymore. Tate. Dixon wrestling his way forward. He's held up in the tackle. 15 yards out from Great Britain's line. A loose pass. Flanagan came through on the inside.
And a penalty to New Zealand. Doesn't matter much what they do at this stage. They're so far behind, 38 points to 9. A very unhappy, despondent-looking Roger Tate, captain of this luckless side, decides to kick across for touch. By my calculations, he gained 11 inches. There's the tap. Tate again. Dixon on the burst. Elwood up there making the extra man.
We've seen nothing of him. No. Non-existent and cover defence. And he's gone.
Top by Tate. Hits Atkin. This could be a try. Yes, it is. Schultz following to Atkinson.
A little bit lax in chasing after that ball. And
Schultz fell on it for his second try of the match.
And so the score. Now Great Britain 38, New Zealand 12. At least they've made it to double figures.
New Zealand 14. 5 minutes of play remaining.
There's the mammoth crowd here today. A meagre 14,105. I think the 14,000 have gone. There's about 105 left. Followed that kick through and took it. New Zealand can't put a foot right. Great Britain on the attack. Biff Watson gets the pass away. Out to... Who is it? It's Burwell. Bursting. He gets it on to Flanagan. Flanagan puts his sideburns down and barges. Out to Sullivan again. And Sullivan, is he there? No. So close. There's a 25 drop. Not that anyone cares very much at this stage. It's going to find touch because there's no one at home. Now it's kicked. Yes, the ball did go into touch. Brooke did a neat little kick back infield, but already the ball was into touch. And so the scrum will go down 10 yards outside Great Britain's 25. Just on 5 minutes to go. Great Britain's ball. A bad pass, nicely pulled in by Burwell, who's then promptly pulled down by a couple of Kiwi defenders. Bishop, very swiftly away on to Flanagan. Flanagan to Sullivan. Sullivan comes around Wiggs, but there are a couple others there, and he loses the ball. I think it's Wiggs that finishes up in possession. Now Wiggs is dummy half. There's Dunn coming up the middle. Gets the pass back to Snell, but he can't hold it. Tate picks it up. There's Snell going again. Out to Minchin.
Fincham goes hard, gains 15 yards or so. Play now in Great Britain's territory. Carson. Schultz. But Brooke not only tackles him, he rocks him up and flips a couple into the ribs, and that's probably the liveliest thing that's happened this half. Colpierce just waves him aside and play goes on. Tate over the top. On the full into touch. Scrum to form midway between the halfway line and the Great Britain 25. Tommy Bishop. Carson. Goes on his own. So he might have saved himself here. Bishop with the tap as the hooter sounds, relieving this agony. It's all over by the shouting, and there's not very much of that. An atrocious exhibition of international football. Great Britain has defeated New Zealand in this war. For Great Britain, tries by Sullivan, who scored 3. Uninteresting game of football.